Hello and good afternoon from the other side of the world. I just wanted to shake things up with this monthly update and tell you guys through video about my past month here in Ghana. So January has been nothing like my first 4 months here in Africa, and the main reason is language school ended back in December. So instead of language class, my teammates and I have been spending more time in ministry opportunities throughout the region. So for me specifically, that's meant more time assisting and leading Bible studies in local villages with Muslim background believers. I've also spent a good deal of time visiting my friend Fusini in the pediatrics ward of the local hospital. If you've been following it all on my Facebook group, Fusini is a young boy who has a bone disease and it's made his bones very weak, and he actually went to the ER a couple weeks ago with a broken femur. So I've been visiting him almost every day, and in doing so, I've made some pretty good relationships with the other kids in that ward too. So that's something I expect to continue to do, even when my friend Fusini is discharged. Just to continue visiting those kids, bringing them cookies, smiles, laughs, any kind of entertainment and joy that I can bring to that gloomy place. Another purpose of this video update is to paint you guys a word picture and tell you about some of the things I've been experiencing here. Ideally you guys could be here with me and experiencing all the things, seeing the sights, smelling the smells, but that's not totally plausible. So instead, I will do my best to describe some of the things that have really stood out to me. So first, the things that I've seen. I think the thing I want to point out first is the things that people carry and the way that they carry them, specifically women. They carry just about everything on their heads, whether it's a pot of water or a 50-pound bag of rice. They carry it all on their head with perfect grace and without any complaints of neck pain. The only thing they don't carry on their heads are their babies, which they strap to their backs with really colorful fabric, and they wrap it around their chest. Something else that's been really cool to see here are all the animals. My friends in Indiana know about 4-H and the county fair. So it's like that everywhere here in Tamale, and there are no cages. The goats run around everywhere on the roads. There are goats in the hospital just walking around. There's cattle, chickens. This place is full of livestock, and there doesn't seem to be any boundaries to where they can and can't go. They're not in my house, obviously, but some people choose to keep them in their homes. So those have been some pretty interesting things that I've seen here. So the things I've heard, about 5 times a day I hear the call to prayer. My home is right behind a mosque that has a microphone. So, I'm woken up sometimes at 4 a.m. by the prayer leader calling Muslims to come pray. And I can hear it throughout the day, whether I'm in my house or in the market. There are mosques all over Tamale, and you can always hear the call to prayer. Something else that we hear frequently here is the word Slaminga, or Slaminsi, which means white person or white people. So we stick out like sore thumbs here. So just about everywhere we go, especially the little kids, will come chasing after us, and they will yell that word. And it's usually followed by the only other phrases they know in English, like, hello, how are you, I am fine. So a lot of places it feels like we're kind of just in a parade procession of one vehicle, with all the kids waving at us and chasing us, and it's a great way to be recognized by the people in the community. But sadly, you really don't get to go many places without being noticed and kind of just being to yourself. Next, with feeling. When I first arrived here in Ghana, it was rainy season. It rained just about every day, torrential rains. The roads were usually flooded. But now it's shifted to dry season, and I can definitely tell. In fact, it's so dry here that the dirt is turning into dust, and it's creating this haze in the sky, unlike anything I've seen in the United States. A season's coming called Harmattan, in which northern winds will blow desert sand from the Sahara down to Ghana, and it'll come and it'll cover the roads. You actually have to walk around with masks so that you don't breathe it in. So I'm anticipating that. Actually, I'm here in Accra now, which is the southern part of Ghana, and when I stepped off the plane from traveling from the north, it felt like I was swimming in the air because of all the humidity that I'd just gone 4 months without. So it's a very dry heat in Tamale, and I've acclimated pretty well to it. I can sleep without a fan, and it's pretty bearable, though it's still hot at times. And finally, things I've been tasting. So most of my favorite foods here in Ghana are fried, whether it's fried chicken, fried rice, fried yams, fried plantains. They do a very good job of frying things here. But my favorite food in Ghana that isn't fried is actually the mango. So we have mangoes in the United States. I don't know if they're grown locally, but the mangoes here are so delicious. I have never had any fruit like it, and I think I'll be most sad to leave the mango when I go back to the United States. If you're ever in this part of the world, you really need to try a mango here. It will change your life, but it's the sweetest, most savory fruit I have ever tasted. So yeah, that's a little bit about some of my experiences here in Ghana. Of course, if you have any questions, I love to tell people about what my life is like here, and I hope that you guys are informed, and thank you so much for all your support, whether through finances or prayer, or even checking in on me and messaging me and seeing how things are going. I've felt so loved by all of you, and I'm excited for the next year ahead. So I hope you've enjoyed this update, and thank you for sticking along to this point. Have a great day.